Damn, fuck. Fuck is calling my celly right now. Yo, this Sesko, who this? What's the dealie?
Musical gifts as a child, and my parents was just like, nah, nigga.
What do you mean by musical gifts?
I don't know. I just was very like, it was very easy for me to like catch like rhythms and like
gifted.
Know how to move to
just
them.
like, I don't know, just something just was like, like I wanted to be a drummer. My mother was like, not in this motherfucking house. Take that shit to your dad's. Making all that motherfucking noise in here. You could play the clarinet.
But just imagine how that is to have a child and then want to play an instrument and they're really bad at it. those are the like, things that you have to parent through.
Like, nigga, I paid $100-$200 for this fucking clarinet, nigga. You can't play this shit right.
Niggas definitely only did the clarinet for that year.
You only did the clarinet for a year.
Have you been practicing?
Yeah, because it was like that's not what I wanted. I wanted to.
Oh, you were really playing the clarinet?
The clarinet. This
was around the time she figured out she wanted to shake ass. So this was
the 4th grade, nigga. It was a clarinet. I didn't know that I could twerk in the 4th grade. I found that out in middle school. But no, I guess if I remember correctly, the clarinet was like, no, bitch, you can't play drums in this motherfucker house. But yeah, you can have a clarinet. I wish they would have just told me how to drums.
I play the trumpet.
You look like a trumpet ass nigga.
What's that supposed to mean? The fuck is that supposed to mean?
Like you played the trumpet.
Oh wow, that's mad. I feel like that's mad disrespectful.
Well, now that we're here, we got a few people joined on us. Welcome. You're a little too far for us to see your names. We'll try, but welcome.
I'm blind. Hold on.
They probably thought Jazz was trying to get a preview or some shit.
Yeah, we got a pod either way though. We got a pod through it.
You'll never. If my live pops up, it'll never be an OnlyFans preview. Only if the ring is green. Is it some ass?
But that's where most of your clientele is. They're waiting for you to drop the Instagram.
They're waiting, but I also
I
still have family on my IG and shit, so it'd be like.
Have you thought about the pouring of the milk thing yet? Like, is that something?
Nah, I'm not doing that shit. I'm not a fucking bowl of Frosted Flakes.
Shorties be doing that shit? No, you.
I don't know what Shorties be doing.
Of Cocoa Puffs.
Shut the fuck up.
But for those who can't see us, this is the Chronicles Podcast. This is also our first Instagram live podcast. Yeah, so we were talking to the camera more than we was talking to y'all. Shout out to the listeners. Yeah, we kind of just a little bit. Shout out to the listeners. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. On the live. Shout out to everybody that's going to be listening to this and not seeing us visually. And we're going to drop the Instagram link. We're going to save this so you can see us visually.
Niggas be in the live by accident sometimes. I be loving to see it.
Yeah, joining and then backing out real quick.
Like, oh shit, I didn't mean to.
I definitely be doing that shit.
Same. I try not to be personally offended to it.
I'm V, your host. Des Payne is in the building. Jazz is in the building. Per every episode, I kick it off. How y'all feeling, man? How's my co-host, Jeff? How you feel? Des Payne, how you feel, rather?
Coolin', man. I'm here. Chilling. Living life. Living the dream, as they be saying these days.
Are you sure? You came in froggy today. Do we want to fight?
Yeah, nah.
A part of living the dream is wanting to fight. You gotta want to fight to live the dream.
Survival of the fittest, dog. Survival of the fittest.
Jazz, how you feeling?
I'm chilling. I've been high all day, so I'm a little sleepy, but I'm good.
Got your champagne popping. We was just watching that P Valley. Jazz put me on to this shit called P Valley. It's on Stars. Shit's kind of ill. I think like 2 episodes in. They got exclusive rights to dope ass music on there. It's shot very well. I can't. There's a few things I could take away from it, but nothing I'm willing to share on the podcast.
All I would say is the best comparison. I could be wrong. I'm willing to have somebody challenge me or give me a better suggestion. It's like Ozark for real niggas.
Ozark for real niggas.
Well, that's very vague. But like Ozark with like in the Black South.
Yes, it's based out of like Mississippi.
It just gives me like Ozark vibes.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Either way, I'm fucking with it for so far. I like shows that have good or decent character development.
Are y'all gonna watch the freaking Power Book?
The Power Book season 2?
Ghost?
Yeah, I'm gonna tune into it and clown it.
What is that? Like the childhood version or how they got here?
It's the aftermath of him getting bodied and him being in Tyreek in school and all that shit.
Yeah, it's everything that happens post Ghost.
My Duke's in the motherfucking prison and shit.
I know Natari had the fucking wig braids out. I was like, okay, sis, I see it.
Before we hit the recording, you know what I mean, Jazz had to get all beautified.
Nigga, I just had to put my edges together. That's it.
What does that mean?
The little fuzzies between my forehead and where my hair starts.
You had to make them lay.
Yeah, because sometimes they get excited and they just jump out.
Got you.
And then you be looking like a little plant. But I do encourage this. It's like this whole movement of like not having your edges so gathered, like that need to do that. But it's also like a style trend, I feel like.
That's a new thing to do now.
I wouldn't even call it new. My mother's been doing my baby hair since I was born. She's had her baby hair laid since fucking 82, nigga.
But I went off on a tangent. While Jazz was doing that, we were basically talking about how with the live shit, we didn't want to get into like any kind of negative bullshit. And I'm like, but that's kind of the pitfalls of podding. Like you kind of have to pod through the negative shit as well. You can choose to not, you can choose to ignore it, but it's like, then what are you doing it for? What's up?
You know, a little Jesus acronym, push, P-U-S-H, and it'd be like pray until something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Pod until something happens.
You just gotta pod it out. But I definitely wanted to address that, just to say like when there is negative shit, you can expect us to pod on it, and I'm gonna push my co-hosts to give their perspective on it. Just because there's people that's listening and they want to hear that, as difficult as it may be for us or annoying or whatever the case may be. We're in the service of y'all, man. You dig what I'm saying? And on that note, I wanted to kick us off with WAP's success. Talk about it while we take this shot.
Damn.
It went gold in a week.
7 days or 5 days? I think it was.
How many days is in a week, nigga?
I don't know what kind of week we talking
When
about.
did it drop?
I don't know that either.
It's 7 days in a week.
I just know
We'll say 7 days. We'll say 7 days it dropped. It's dropping 7 days.
So get your boots and your coat. Sorry, I just like to rap random bars to it at random times.
At this point, she knows about her.
Get a bucket and a mop for this.
WAP.
For those who cannot see us, we are one shot deep. I think my second shot of this Douce.
I live here, so.
But those who can see us,
Because I have a dim light, like it goes down sometimes.
Yeah.
For battery saving.
Yeah, because the battery saving.
I can't even say that. I can't even say that because I don't.
My DMs are dry because I chose for it to be dry.
The only reason my DMs jump is because there's like the illusion of a possibility of puss. There's not. It's nothing but fucking lies and fantasies in there.
Niggas nigga. They want to be the side nigga. That's what they want to be. Niggas want to be side niggas.
I don't think all niggas want to be the side nigga.
I didn't say all, but some niggas want to be side
Niggas
niggas.
do want to be side
Speaking of all niggas being like, I didn't say all. Why do men do that?
Because
do what specifically? What are you talking about?
Not all of us.
I only say that because I've had conversations with women and they will gladly generalize men.
Niggas don't do that too. Men don't do that too.
Yeah, when we say
do.
bitches ain't shit but hoes and chicks, that's mad generalized.
And bitches be rapping it with y'all. So what we talking about?
Let me be right. We're getting better.
I probably shouldn't do champagne and Douce, but I'm doing it.
We're getting better at it. We're getting better at being more like politically correct and not saying all.
But Jazz, what exactly are you saying though? What are you getting into right now?
Right. So boom.
Paint the picture.
Whoever this is gonna know who this is when they hear it. But
oh Lord.
Thanks. Occasionally I rant on my IG. If you're on my IG right now watching this, you know I rant. And my most recent rant was about like just men hissing at me like a house cat.
What?
Yeah. It's
Niggas be hissing? What the fuck are they? Snakes, nigga?
I don't know. Snakes, house cats, fucking. They be hitting me with the like you do. It be wild. Like you do dogs. Like it's really wild, and it frequents at least twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
And how does that make you feel?
Nigga, I be wanting to fight. I be wanting to shoot niggas in the dick. Like.
Shooting a nigga in the dick is mad violent.
It is mad violent. It is mad violent.
We don't condone no violence.
It is mad violent, but let me paint this picture, right? For me, as a 5'2" black woman, I have to take additional precautions than somebody who doesn't fit that description, right? Mm-hmm. We discussed parking garages, why I don't do them, because nigga, I fit in a trunk. You know what I mean? People have lost their lives like that.
It's a different world for you.
Women have lost their lives like that. I have to be conscious of being in spaces where I could be pulled into a corner or tucked into. Like, it's next level. So for me, when I'm out and somebody's all that extra shit, it feels very primitive. So it's like, if you're primitive enough to communicate with me like that, what else are you capable of doing. So like I had an experience in particular where 80 fucking degree day. I'm not even 80, like 92 degree day. I'm running around. I pull up at the liquor store. I get out the car. I got on a sundress to my ankles, but it's strapless. I get out the car, go in the liquor store, come out. I have to go around the car. So now my ass is the spectacle
Where
of the
are you
four.
at, though? Where you at?
I'm in the city. I'm in the hood. So there are 4 men in the parking lot. Now when I've gone to put my beer in the back, you can see my ass and my sundress. Nigga, it's 92 degrees. The fuck? Bitches is out here with ass and sundress. That's just what that is. And it's just like, yo! And it's a lot from one nigga. So if it's 4 niggas, it sounds like a zoo. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. So when you're not in that frame of mind and you're not prepared for that and you're just do and you hear that shit startles you, I instantly went the fuck off. And I think
you
I turned around and spazzed initially because it's your nervous system kicks in. That scared me. I felt startled. It felt like you were like that shit was too, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, I feel like you're describing it perfectly.
Yeah, so for me, my conversation was just like, why the fuck do y'all think it's cool to talk to somebody like that? Of course, in an exchange with people who are that ignorant, it's like, oh, you one of them controlling bitches, da-da-da-da, and it's like, oh, I see where we at right now. So now I'm getting disrespectful because that's all you communicate. You're a bitch, your mother's a pussy ass bitch. Now I'm wilding, you know what I'm saying? I was trying to have a why do you think that's okay to talk to women like that conversation? And now I'm controlling because I want to be addressed as in a certain way. So now guess what? You've earned some disrespect and now you're a pussy ass punk bitch and now that's the exchange we're having.
But I really brought it up because Jazz made a post.
Full circle.
Jazz made a post of a friend of the podcast commented on said post. We'll leave it at that. And Jazz had some pretty strong words in which I felt it. And I said we need to pod about it.
I missed this.
Yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, no, because it was outside the group chat. So pretty much I got the conversation of like, because in my rant, 8 to 12 slides, I'm like, niggas never just say, hey sweetheart, how are you? You look beautiful today, can I get your number? Me saying never, out of all the shit I was ranting about, is kind of like what the highlight of the rebuttal was. Oh, not all men, you mean to tell me nobody's ever accepted you correctly? Obviously, right? Like, obviously there are respectful men out there. I'm not having that conversation with you. Like, if it applies, pick it up. If it doesn't, leave it. So I felt like when we're I'm okay with like having non-divisive conversations when it comes to like race. But when it comes to like my experience as a woman outside of race, it's like you don't have to, like I said, be worried about being stuffed in a fucking trunk in a parking garage. So shit like that is like to you, you're like, niggas is whistling, keep it moving. But to me, it's like, it's a cause for my nervous system to flare up.
Nah, you gotta check niggas for sure. Because the thing is, I think her doing that, in the past, niggas will sit back and be like, oh, she's being ghetto, hood radish, whatever.
I mean, which I may do it sometimes, and I'm okay with that.
But you know what it is? At the end of the day, niggas need to know
I'm hot too.
Your lane, my nigga. Like, she's not a bird. She's not a fucking animal. She's not a dog. Go talk to your fucking pit bull like that. Like, I don't get that shit, my nigga. Like, I'm not gonna sit there like whistling at a chick like, yo, what's good, my like that shit. Yo, that's some old school shit nowadays. You know what I mean?
And
like,
even then, when you think about it,
just like she said, it's primitive.
It's real primitive. Do you talk to somebody or just anything like that? Like, I like to think that I'm not like one of those girls that's like, oh, don't fucking talk to me. I'm not like one of those people. So it's like.
Not only that, the conversation was really that the friend of the podcast hit her up and said it can be divisive, like it stirs up a different pot of why aren't we in unison? Like there's a bigger goal and things like that. And Jazz had a problem with that, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, she's saying you're not the one that's going through the shit. So the nerve of you to say,
so I'm assuming this person
swallow my
Pretty much my thing was it's not my job to sympathize with who's harassing me. It's not my job to comprehend why you think that's okay. It's not my time. It's not my job in that moment to say, okay, well, you might kidnap me, but you might not. Like, that's not my...
Yeah, that's definitely a form of harassment.
In other words, I shouldn't have to take one for the team, so to speak. Like, where are we? It's 2020.
No, I'm not.
And I fully understand that. And I definitely want to bring that to the pod.
I'm tasing niggas in the nuts.
Fellas,
I'm like, I'm with you. I'm with you in that case. I gotta be with you.
Just leave a compliment and just buzz off.
You look nice. Keep it pushing, bro.
Like,
Keep it
the
pushing. Look for the
whistling,
signs. Look for the signs. She'll reel you in.
You know what I
She'll
mean?
reel you in if that's what she
I'm
wants.
telling you, the shit you see in the movies doesn't really work in the real time, my nigga. Like in the the music video, that shit ain't it.
But it's
Switch
just
your shit
also
up.
like it's just in like I don't know. It just be really aggressive too. And I think the thing for me at that time specifically was like the frequency of it. And it's like niggas don't care. Nigga, you could be at a funeral. You could have your fucking. You could be pushing your grandma in a motherfucking wheelchair. You could have your kids, nigga. You could be doing anything. These like, excuse me. Well, nigga, God, what the fuck?
It's a massive ego and pride thing.
It's to ladies that actually respond to that bullshit.
I'm not even gonna say that though, because
I don't know. Bro,
I'm not gonna say that because there was a point in time where that was acceptable, where that was socially acceptable, and everybody wasn't as woke, and that was the way people communicated.
Some still accepting it though.
But if you don't, everybody's learning time is different. So that's why I be trying to take the opportunity to be like, you fucking bitch, don't talk to people like this. I don't want to tase you in the nuts. The next time you see a pretty girl, don't fucking do this to her. Like. That's pretty much my thought process behind it. But then sometimes
I feel like I should have gave like a parental advisory before we started, but y'all know how we fucking coming, man. Y'all know the fucking
I
vibes.
think it's 9:50. Should nobody's fucking kids be on this shit right now?
Y'all know the fucking vibes. But y'all derailed me from WAP's success. I wanted to bring up WAP because of all the niggas and all the people in general, women included, that was shitting on the single. I think it's a single.
Yeah.
Fire.
And
I fucks with it.
I finally listened to it. I haven't watched the video. I did see the petition to get Kylie Jenner off the video.
Hilarious.
Watch that video, bro.
Hilarious.
When I watched that video, my jaw dropped.
So get your boots and your coat.
My jaw dropped. I enjoyed I at first I was like, this is like typical bullshit. Like she drops like Cardi. Talking about Cardi.
But we haven't heard from Cardi in a minute, so I knew it was going to be.
And then when she dropped it, and then obviously I'm gonna support Meg. You know,
obviously he's saying obvious like that's his wifey.
That's
like
Bae.
obviously you know that's
I'm
Bae, so I'm gonna support
I had
her
to let
regardless.
Cardi go because she married, but I had to support Bae. But once I listened to it and I actually enjoyed what I was watching, I was like, yo, this shit's fire. It's fire. I love when women show their confidence in their movies.
Sorry, I burnt y'all. Champagne gives me gas. But y'all the bros. It is pretty dope. Like it was
you
just.
Might have to change the screen time, bro. Time out.
The what?
The time out.
Screen time out. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking. Like, did you not say?
And
how many licks?
that's basically why I brought it up. What I wanted to say was.
When you're, hey.
that's why I brought it up. What I wanted to say was, what do you say to the people who are saying like, oh, it puts women so many steps behind and it's ruining our young
Are you
queens'
asking me
minds.
or asking Jeff?
I'm asking the podcast. I want to hear y'all's
go
thoughts.
first, Jeff? Because
Say again, what's that now?
Now you go first.
Mine's just gonna be suck my dick.
What?
You have to use your platform responsibly.
That is me saying it responsibly. Suck my dick. I said what I said. If you did like, I'm not committed to arguing with people who don't want to understand. So suck my dick.
What about the people who do want to understand?
So the people who do want to understand would understand. I'm gonna be honest with you, but
that's not true.
All right, cool. You're right. If you want me to get deeper into that, I just feel like if you're not the audience, let it fly.
Mm-hmm. If it doesn't apply for you, if it's not for you, let it go.
I didn't like none of them little pump niggas that wave a little Gucci's, little pumps, little none of that. You know what I did? I didn't pay attention because I don't fuck with none of them.
What I really wanted to get into was that this isn't the first time that this has occurred in hip hop in our culture.
That is true.
So if anything, that's the only thing that should be talked about. This is our hip hop. This is our shit. We do this. Like we go way back. Uncle Luke, like we go way back.
Fam.
Don't stop, pop that pussy. Let me see you do the brown.
I get around.
I got more.
We could do this all day.
Man,
we could do this by decade.
There's been misogynistic shit all our lives.
Even just the misogyny.
Nigga, we were just watching the fucking verses with DMX and motherfucking who was on this verses with him? Snoop.
Yeah.
DMX had majority of his songs were fucking misogynistic shit.
Definitely
so like
Snoop.
how is niggas really sitting back on social media mad about an acronym?
Niggas is out here on Beyonce's internet.
What?
Upset about
Y'all
dumb shit.
bugging,
Especially
bro.
on Beyonce's
Appreciate
internet.
these
She's
shorties,
liable to
man,
jump on the remix.
Yo, that'd be fire. I need
Oh,
some I need that.
She's definitely
City
jumping on the
Girls.
remix, bro.
You know what I would
wouldn't be
like?
mad at it.
Come on.
You know what I would like?
Come on.
You remember Busta Rhymes Touch It?
Yeah.
Touch It. And how he had like a master remix?
Yes.
I'd like all the rap girls on a.
I said that too. Put the legends on there. I want a Missy Elliott.
I want that shit to be 9 minutes.
Literally. If you're gonna make it the anthem. You might as well. Nobody else is doing
Fucks
it.
with it.
I want everybody on that shit. But even like beyond like the male misogynistic lyrics, like other rap women, like Trina firmly told a nigga, I'd probably fuck your daddy if your mammy wasn't playing.
She said that. I was there. I synced it.
What did Little Kim say? Not tonight. Like, I jumped on the dick, put his ass to sleep. After a week, he called me back and thought your ass was still sleeping. He laughed. Said, I forgot can he come over right fast and fuck my pretty ass? I'll pass, nigga. The dick was trash.
We can go all day.
If sales was if sex was record sales, you would be some shit. We've been. This has been.
And that's what I meant by this is our shit.
And what's crazy? That song is nothing comparison to what you just said with Lil' Kim.
Oh yeah, nah, Lil' Kim
was X-rated to the core, my nigga, and she did it the best.
We didn't even rap any Too Short lyrics.
Nah, I'd actually like to get into it though. Can we do
What's
hip-hop
my
karaoke?
favorite word?
We need to do a hip hop karaoke.
I think that's the wave I want to
I
do.
would
That for my
love
birthday.
that. That'd be fine.
So
Shout out to the birthday boy. Tomorrow is gonna be. Well, by the time y'all get this, it'll be past. But that doesn't matter. Circle back.
Word.
Say happy birthday to your boy.
Another blessed year.
What are you doing?
With the gang? I'm pouring us up another shot. What you mean?
Nigga, I'm 130 pounds. There's only so much alcohol I
Alright,
need
this
to
is
consume.
your last shot.
Jeff, you're two of me, fam.
What of them?
Two of me.
This is your
Now you
last shot.
disrespecting me, bro.
What do you mean? You're bigger than that? You three of me?
Nigga, I am not two of you.
Alright, so boom, moving this right along. We are all in support of WAP. Cardi and Meg killed that shit. I gotta watch the video. I didn't give y'all any COVID updates, but there's not really any new COVID updates. Shit is getting real.
They said
coronavirus.
It's 16 feet now.
16 feet. CDC was talking about
16
if
feet.
if you recover from COVID, you'll be COVID basically COVID.
You got a COVID immune.
You're immune for the first 3 months.
If you had that shit,
3 months.
you can't get that
After
shit no
3
more.
months, you could get it again. And then if you get
There's a subscription to COVID?
Exactly.
nigga, you get it again, and then you're not contagious.
Subscribe to COVID.
Does that make any sense?
If you subscribe now, you can get 10%
You
off.
get it again, and you're not contagious.
Get it one more time, and you don't gotta get it no more.
I'm not saying that it's not real because that's absolutely fucking disrespectful to people who have passed away from it. But what I will say,
Fully discretion. Full
discretion.
Full discretion.
That's me using my platform responsibly.
That's how you use it. Facts.
But I will say that something about number keeping, something about fact checking the science. I dropped out of that class after it was a college requirement. So I can't say what is what, but it just feels very like, what is it?
There's a
What are we doing?
lot going on. We still don't have the answers. And it's been 6 months?
Bitch, I mean, sorry, I be forgetting you're not one of the girls. I'm sorry.
Not only that, she's fresh off the P Valley. She's fresh off the P Valley binge, so everybody gets a B word.
Everything's a B word. Everything is real raunchy right now. But I was gonna say, it's just like, I lost my train of thought.
What I was gonna say was they're talking about mandatory vaccines.
Oh hell yeah, put me in jail.
So they're talking about you can receive a fine. In some places they'll arrest you.
Lock me.
So what do we? Lock me. Immediately call my lawyer.
Jobs in schools
Call my lawyer.
have the right to not let you in if you didn't.
Well, nigga, I guess we homeschooling and we learn how to garden. And I know a lot of niggas say that, but at this point, we just gonna have to get radical with it because
let's buy a farm, my nigga.
Mandatory vaccines.
I'm ready to get a farm.
Mandatory vaccine sounds
And,
like slavery to me.
It does. And my thought process, honestly, for when wild shit occurs in life, like the zombie apocalypse, wild fucking earthquakes, when aliens come down and just fucking ravish shit, my survival strategy is to die.
I need the aliens.
So
yo,
if the vaccines nigga, count me out.
Get here quick and save us, cause we are dying and we don't know what the fuck's going on out here.
Nigga asked ET to jump out the spaceship.
You know,
and
in
let
the
the
movies,
nigga a hand.
when they be doing the videos,
my
if you
nigga
see
Predator
this in the
just pull
time
up,
capsule.
bro. My nigga Predator just pull up, bro, cause it's time.
Nigga
It's go time,
said, yeah, Predator, yeah, just come to the crib.
And you know who to get.
Real question.
He's orange.
But wait. Real question though, is this what if aliens don't want no smoke?
That's what I said.
What
if
they
they just looking for strands?
Bro,
what if they just looking for the loud pack?
They're literally just looking at us and look at these guys. They look foolish.
Niggas is the air quality on this bitch is trash. Just keep going, guys.
Global warming, we gave them everything we needed to give them.
No.
Look at this shit.
But on a more serious note,
now before we even get off that,
I wasn't gonna get off of it.
Oh.
On a more serious note, we are not fucking with any vaccines. Like I'm treating this mandatory vaccine shit how Jazz was treating a club. I'm gonna let y'all. I'm gonna see what it's. I'm gonna see what it does and see what it did before I make any major decisions.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not making any major decisions on that. And in terms of the mandatory vaccine, that's information you have to look up per state. Like we can't speak specifically what it's looking like in your state. Just we could barely speak on specifically what it's like in our state.
The same thing with the travel advisory right now. So if you
If
you travel to Mass,
niggas be looking at your social.
You have to either get a negative test.
You got to provide a negative test.
Who
do you provide it to? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Who's coming to check if you're quarantining?
Lord knows.
My mama been on her shit, so there's that. She'll snitch. She'll form.
They have a snitch line. They do have a snitch line.
That you just call and be like, yo, this nigga is not quarantined.
I know you can do it on businesses.
Come get this nigga.
Because I firmly called it on my cousin's job when it first happened. She was like, niggas got me in here working. Call them and report us.
Yeah, I'm not traveling, dog. I don't want to lose time at work because, I ain't trying to be a broke nigga. I'm already a broke nigga.
That don't change until we even when we in the millions, we gonna say that. You got to.
But New Year's, I'm out.
So, December 31st, 11:59, shit wiped away.
December 30th, nigga, I'm out. Man, what you mean?
Where you going?
Somewhere.
A pimp named Jay? A pimp named Jay came out for the gully creeper at the end of the year.
I ain't pimping shit, my nigga. I'm sorry. I'm out of commission. But anyways, I'll be somewhere. I'll be in the island somewhere, chilling.
I did want to make my last point on aliens because it was whirling around.
Do you want to get into aliens? Like, do you want to really?
Not really, because I'm not prepared to dig into it, and I'm like,
we don't have to dig into it. We can stay on the surface.
Okay.
Like, do you think? I mean, of course they have their own language, but do you think that?
I think they're. What I was about to say to answer your question too is I think they're more advanced than us. I think picking fucking fights with niggas who are more intelligent than us is fucking stupid. Because if they figured out a way to get here and leave their little pieces of their fucking travel ships here, nigga.
They have travel ships here?
A UFO, nigga.
I just read today that there's a UFO task force. The government just approved of it.
Wow.
Just read it today on the timeline.
That's
Facts.
Niggas just slide that
I'm about
in.
to go and join that.
They slide in pedophiles, aliens, coronavirus.
Yeah, this nigga was a pedophile. We got niggas investigating aliens, and coronavirus is still lit.
Yeah, but fuck
safe.
all that. Wear your mask.
On top of that, Kamala Harris was chosen by Joe Biden to be her vice president running. Is it mate? Vice president running mate?
I am not the most politically versed,
I guess.
so I don't be like in the correct
say
people.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of.
There
was a bit of a split crowd where people were like, "Oh, I'm fully supportive."
A little bit of a split.
There was a huge split. There was a huge split. Black Twitter.
I don't know what people expect. I don't know why people expect there not be a split. There's mad different types of black people. Black people are no different than white people. There's mad different types of white people.
Well, there were people that would be in a split because some people are looking at it like she's the first black female vice president. And look at what we just came from. You know what I mean? Right. Let's get somebody in there who's talking about change, who looks like she's about change.
Long way.
Let's do it.
Coming from a long way of shit.
But there's also people that understand her background as a lawyer and background of putting black people away, like a lot of black people away. I even read something that I didn't know. I didn't know if it was true or not. That Fruitvale Station, the gentleman that died, she was like. That was Oscar Grant. That was her field, and when the community reached out to her for help to get this murderer relieved of his job and fired and everything due process, she wasn't with the shits. I didn't know if that was true or not. I seen it.
She was a lawyer at the time?
Yeah, she would be the DA. The DA, I believe. Yeah, that's like
tough job.
I was gonna say that's a shitty job. Somebody gonna be mad at you either way.
To be a lawyer and be a DA, you're really in the nitty gritty.
And that's no disrespect to the lives lost or the lives that she may have put away.
Absolutely.
But
that's a
tough job.
Yeah, it's a tough job, and it's the one thing is, as far as I know, she's holding herself accountable for her previous, occupation.
Right.
And she's in politics. It's tough, man. Like, especially with the internet nowadays, everybody's dirt comes up.
Not even just everybody.
We're gonna talk about it. You know what I mean? But which side are you on? It's like
a lot of dirt comes up, but then a lot of limited
Mistakes.
Perspective comes up as well.
Yeah.
Mistakes as well, yeah.
absolutely.
So there's usually 3 sides to a story. The internet fucking kaleidoscopes that shit.
The one thing is the 4th side of the story, honestly.
The one thing I want to say, since y'all are on the side of cutting her bail, I'll be someone who kind of speaks up for the people who don't want to cut her any bail. And at the end of the day, you don't need to know politics. You don't need to know the way of the law. And yes, it is a tough job. But if you're just looking at it from the scope of, did you do everything in your power to help black people or even appease the situation? Or did you kind of go the opposite way with that? And I think that's where people's issues lie, is you've taken unnecessary steps to kind of, to show malice and just show all of these things about you that makes people frown their eyebrows and just go, what?
One thing I would consider, and I seen somebody kind of skim the surface of it, and it really kind of after that was a thing that I thought about, is how when the strategies that you have to use when you're in a field that you or someone that looks like you is not dominated by. If I'm in a room full of men and I'm not the person in charge, I may have to adapt to get some things done. I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying
that that's right. You're not saying that that's the most moral decision. I understand you.
But I understand
pressure's on,
difficult decisions have to be made and accountability has to be taken. Even if they're decisions that you're like, I don't want to do this. But I also understand that, like, what are my options, right? Not voting?
I think that's the dumbest option anybody can make. If you feel some type of way, you might as well vote for orange nigga. But if that's the case, like, you know, you gotta figure this shit out. Go or vote for Kanye. I don't know, nigga. Well, he's not. He probably ain't gonna get too lucky.
Kanye's like not eligible, and they're saying that
he's
vote for Kanye.
Vote
for Kanye is the equivalent to a vote for Trump, because if you're not voting for the party that can actively battle Trump, then it's kind of like giving Trump the vote if you're not applying your vote correctly.
Write-ins and non-votes are unacceptable. And if honestly, my nigga, like, this year I'm definitely gonna G-check niggas.
Biden Harris,
sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
I mean,
if you're gonna complain to me about the other side and what he's done or what he has done or what he's gonna do, I don't want to hear from you if you didn't vote. That's just simple as that. We don't have to even debate. I'll exit myself from the conversation. Or we could talk about something else. Matter of fact, I don't even talk to you.
I also think from the perspective, like, outside of, like, being very politically versed or whatever the case is, that people died for you to exercise that right. And spiritually, logically, emotionally, I feel like, because I believe, you know, your ancestors and things are still with you, that they would eat my ass the fuck up
and we
if I didn't, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't exercise my now right to vote. Like, people shed blood for that. So, regardless of if a candidate is perfectly fit or tailor-made, there's still a job to be done.
Period.
Like,
get Trump.
Imagine, I tweeted this, imagine fucking dying for your kids to have something. And they wake up and be like, nah, this shit not really busting. I don't really want to do it. Bitch.
Turning in your grave. Like, nah, this nigga.
Turning in my grave. I'm haunting you, bitch. I'm flicking lights. I'm throwing furniture. Everything is, no, you can't. So I just don't.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nobody justifying why they didn't vote.
Also, if you're only a once every 4 year politician, you really can't have such strong, not politician, but active voter, then like.
Oh, active voter, yeah.
It's the little elections count as well. And I don't say that from a place where, like, I'm perfect with it. But acknowledging I'm not in a space to complain about something that I'm not as well knowledge as I know that I could be, and have not given my full effort into as I know that I could. Yeah. I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm gonna play the backseat. I'm not
gonna play the race card and say, you know, I'm pushing because this will be the first black female vice president. I'm not quick on the draw to say that, because if she's abysmal, I don't want to have to make excuses for that. Like, yeah, we got that one off in the books, but she was abysmal, because I'm not making excuses for anybody is basically what I'm saying.
Right.
I hope that she does well, just like I hope most politicians do well, but politicians are politicians. Like lawyers, they're like snakes to me.
And reality is, we have somebody in office who isn't a politician, so not
Yeah, that nigga's a pimp.
We forgot to pull up the video for Jazz with a reporter, very laxed.
My man's
Donald Trump calls on a reporter like, "Yeah, you sir." And he's like, "Do you have any remorse for the lies that you've told the United States?"
No.
And Trump is like, "Who are you talking about?" And the reporter's like, "That be you." And he just kind of stutters and he's like, "Next question. I'll take the next person." He kind of reels him in with the effect like he's not gonna attack him, like very laxed, as if he didn't have a question. So Trump calls on him, thinking he's got a layup, and the dude just hit him with a bomb. It's a pretty funny video.
And that HBO interview too was fire.
The one with the piece of paper? He's like, "Let me see that." Flipping it upside down.
Yo, my man's facial expressions were golden, bro. I was like, yo, he mastered it, and he challenged everything. As deservingly so. He had to do it. Someone had to do it. Everybody's being bitch about it. Like, go and check and challenge this guy.
Some of it's bitches, some of it's you doing it with a nigga who's committed to not understanding. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He's not my mom used to say this. Obviously, it's a real saying, but she'd be like, "Why do I don't negotiate with terrorists." As a kid, when I'd be like wilding out, nigga, and she'd be like,
"We ain't got nothing to talk about."
You want me to what? I don't negotiate with terrorists, nigga. Like why would I?
For what?
Why would I?
Right.
I mean, I understand the importance of what challenging that looks like, but it's also like, we know this nigga is who this nigga is. Get him the fuck up out of here.
And that's why we need to get him the fuck up out of here.
You ain't got to go home.
But you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
We gotta work on this year so we can work on 2024. That's all I gotta say.
The more it's developing with the whole.
We can go outside in 2024.
Matter of fact, I don't even want to leave the topic of COVID and things opening and shit like that, because they're talking about movie theaters opening up
That's
and tickets
bullshit.
being 15 cents.
15 cents. I ain't going.
I seen a post that said movie theater ticket 15 cents, popcorn $15, COVID 19.
Pirating movies free.
The bootleg game is about to be crazy.
Yo, I'm gonna be on those websites like a motherfucker, man. Because there's some good movies coming out, and I'm watching them shits for free.
I think this is an opportunity for drive-ins too. Is Menden open?
They're all open.
I think so. I think all the drive-in
but they
open.
get sold out quick.
Very quick.
They're all open, and they're grip. They're like far,
I'm not
and they're
going to
expensive.
movie theater.
They're fucking. Why are they so goddamn expensive?
They're not really expensive, in my opinion. It's like $25 a car.
No, $27 a person.
Well, the movie theaters, but if you go to the drive-in and Menden,
are you sure it's per car or per person?
Per car. So it depends. It's heads. There's like a head count. I mean, after you have more than 5 heads, it's the car. And you get the smoke in it. You can chill. You got your feet up. If you got a little pickup truck, you can make a nice little.
I didn't know that.
I
haven't been to a drive-through. Last time I went was when I was in Florida.
I've never been to one in my life.
Shit's is fire. I want to rent a pickup truck and kind of like.
So you're gonna rent a pickup truck just to do
to decorate the bed out.
Just to decorate the bed
out. Bring my
out.
nieces and shit.
Just to go.
She said the vibes. She said the vibes.
I'm a vibe setter, nigga. I guess the pop.
But I'm saying you're just gonna rent the truck for that.
It's an experience. Yeah. That's what I do. Like my bitch Mercedes say, if anybody sells.
But Jeff is the type that like. Jeff is the type that's like. You're doing that just for that, then show up like this is smooth. You know what I mean? Like this is a cool vibe. Pass me that drink right there. Yeah.
I mean,
this is nice, Jess.
It is a smooth idea, but I ain't gonna rent a truck, my nigga. Like I'll get somebody else's truck.
Honestly, I would like line it up so like maybe I'm moving that weekend and I'm like, fuck it, nigga, let's go to Menden. I got the pickup.
She'll coordinate some shit.
I figured out my uncle got a pickup truck. Nigga, let me hold that.
That sounds better.
Yeah, but he be like.
So we're not spending the 15 cents, is what y'all saying. Y'all not doing it.
Fucks no, nigga. I don't even want an indoor dime. For God's sake.
That's fair.
What if all the seats are socially distanced and there's only like one other person in the theater?
They're talking about 16 feet.
What if you sneeze and shit and it's just lingering and shit?
Sneeze and shit? Like in your seat? Damn, if I sneezed and shit in my seat in the movie theater.
Can I tell y'all some wild shit? For people who have vaginas, we know what that feels like once a month when you sneeze and your blood gushes. Nobody's gonna say it. You feel me? They feel me in the back. They feel me in the back.
I bet.
They feel me in the back. No. They feel me in the back. You would never know because you don't have a vagina. But there are times during the month where you go to sneeze or something's really funny and you gotta stop laughing because
drip.
You can feel like
drop.
You be like, whoa, let me change my tampon. That was funny. That was gross, but we adults, you know what I mean?
Content kings
you
and
felt
queens.
Me in the back.
Content kings and queens, everybody. Jazz with the exclusive content coming for that ass. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
advance.
So yeah, we're not fucking with this.
It's the same sensation as sneezing and farting, but just via vagina.
But just imagine sneezing and
I don't have
shitting
to
in your
imagine
shit.
it. I have a vagina.
But in that case, you would probably have a pad or something of protection, right or wrong.
Yeah.
So I'm coming from a perspective where there's no protection and there's shit traveling down there is shit actively
Sir,
traveling down the right side of my leg.
Sir, there's some brown spots on your leg.
Seriously.
Oh, I was running through the mud.
This shit just talking to you all the way down your leg. Like,
Anyway,
I know you feel me, nigga.
It was
I know you feel
it was
me.
like in shit, like in apostrophe shit, not and shit. Nigga, you know what I meant.
Yo, all I gotta say is Disney, do me a favor and drop all the Marvel joints on Plus. I'll pay for it. Thank you very much.
Fuck Disney. Let's get into some vulnerable shit. Have you
Damn,
shit on
nigga,
yourself before?
goddamn.
Have you shit on yourself before?
Nah, but can I tell the story about somebody who
I
has?
thought I did.
You tell the story first.
I thought so I was gonna I was on I can't believe I'm gonna share this. But anyways, I was on my way to go see somebody.
Boy came to pond.
Shorty.
Was you off the brown? You was off the Henny.
shit on yourself around
I was on
You almost shit. You thought you shit on yourself. You was dead sober, or was you on the gummies? Alright, give it up. Alright, set the scene.
Nigga, do I remember what I was doing before? No. But anyways, on my way,
What did you eat?
I was like, fuck, nigga, my stomach was hurting.
Do you remember what you ate?
Huh?
Do you remember what you ate?
No. I can't remember. And then
Did you do something to remedy it right away? Like, let me drink a water.
He went home.
You know,
I
you-
had
nothing.
nothing. House.
You know, you try to do the little remedy.
So I was
like,
on the highway.
let me grab some
and
ginger
then
ale.
I was on the highway. I was like, damn, I need a fart, nigga. And I was like,
You can't do that because
Did
it
you
was
have
wet. It was wet, wasn't it?
Hold on.
You was like, you didn't know you had to pull over and check it.
Did you have
You
your
had to
Nah.
pull it out.
Did you
Nah,
have your
nigga.
did you have your seatbelt on?
seatbelt, what was on?
Alright,
So they probably
Potato
jerked
so
you.
boom, you're doing 50 on the highway. Like, damn, I got to fart. Then
More
what?
than 50, but anyways, I was 93. And you know, I took
Cheeks
that
started
fart.
sweating.
And next thing you know, I felt like I sharted. So I was like,
Did you wiggle in your seat to see if it was any remnants? How did you check? How did you check? You,
Nigga,
you
I
had
just
to do
didn't
the wiggle.
feel right.
You know how you do the wiggle?
bro, I just did
You know,
not
you like,
feel-
No,
I
I
just-
don't know.
Bro, all I knew was that my stomach was bubbling, and I was like, yo, nigga, are you serious? I'm on my way to see a shorty for the first time.
And you
I
going in there with
sharted.
sweat, wet cheeks.
So I had to pull up, the South Bay, boom.
You
Hit up
shitted
the
in
Target, had to go to the Target, I had to buy me some brand new drawers, nigga.
So you did shart.
I don't,
You said you thought you did. You
no,
said you
I
did.
said I did.
Oh, okay.
I
okay.
did.
Okay.
So, so then, you know what I'm saying? I actually had to take a shit. And then I changed.
Another
you know what I'm saying?
What was that? The pre-cum? Like the pre-shit?
Oh my God.
That was like the pre-shit.
He had the pre-squirts and then he had the
Free
real
sports,
squirts.
nigga. Yeah, it happened, man. I was so.
That's
I was like, I'm
crazy.
glad I'm glad this happened now. God forbid I'm in this chick's crib and I sharted and I'm taking a full blown shit in her fucking crib.
That's
I'm not
better than
trying
not
to-
doing it. I shitted in the nigga's bathroom before. I can't.
First
And
time?
blew it up? Did you blow it up?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm 30. It's been a lot of niggas.
No. Don't give me that 30 shit. You ain't even 30 yet. What? You did what?
I've shitted in a nigga bathroom before.
Did you blow it up though? Like, did you destroy it? Like, when you look back, did you look back?
She's like, it ain't
As you were
flushing.
leaving,
It ain't flushing.
No. So let me tell you. This is why.
when you were leaving,
She texts that nigga, I think your toilet's broke.
when you was leaving, when the light was on, did you look back in the
No.
mirror and like shake your head a little bit?
No,
Like, I
I'm gonna
can't
tell you
believe you.
why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I'm motherfucking smart, right? So boom. When you have a vagina, there are certain things. No, listen. There are certain things that you're prepared for.
Talk that vagina shit.
You're prepared.
Talk that. Get your vagina shit off.
You're prepared for accidents to happen because they have it. The possibility of it happening is more frequent. It's once a fucking month you could fucking need to run to Target and buy new drawers like this nigga. So you do shit
was
like
smart.
the 2 flush. Times I've had the shit at a nigga's house. First flush gets all the remnants down. The second flush gets all the toilet tissue down. You gotta be smart. Niggas is stupid. Niggas like you clog up toilets.
Nigga, I never clog a toilet up.
Anyway,
You do look like a
point
clog of
being-
toilet up.
Who?
Whether you are or you who?
Not me, nigga.
You, Miss Owl.
Point being, I don't know. I just
Nigga,
feel
I
like-
definitely don't clog the
You ain't never
goddamn
clogged the toilet
nigga.
at a party? Don't lie.
Nah, nigga.
Never in college?
No.
Okay.
I might have thrown up on a toilet, but that's about it.
I'm just saying.
I've
it
definitely
is what
clogged
it
up a
is.
toilet a few.
It is what it is. How the fuck we get on Jeff shitting on himself?
Because you was about to tell the story of somebody else shit.
It wasn't as good as Jeff's story, so I don't
Jeff's
even want to
story.
go
That
there.
was good?
That was great.
Wow.
I was just gonna say how when I was younger or in college, I lived with my uncle, And the first thing my little cousin said is, there's some house secrets you need to know. And they was at the time like 7 and 9. So I'm like, what's the house secrets? They're like, there was a time where daddy shitted on himself. And that shit had me rolling. And my uncle's like, it'd be our own fucking kids. And I just thought that was funny because nigga,
because they told on him, they dropped the time on him.
Like, nigga, you're a grown ass man, but
it be happening, man. Sharks be happening sharp. Don't be sharping on yourself in the highway.
I kind of mulled over. I kind of like skipped over the birthday shit. By the time y'all get this, I'll already be 31. Right now, it's the birthday. It's the birthday eve. I got a couple more hours. But I basically bring this up because I was having a conversation with Jazz and I was just saying I don't feel very celebratory, and I don't think it's because of like COVID or anything that's going on. Of course, that's helping it. But I just told her like I feel like I'm at a spot in my life where I need to attain these things. There are things that I need to accomplish before I feel the need to be celebratory. And Jazz was basically saying, I feel you, but nah. Like she was saying, I was just having this conversation with my peoples, and I was saying she was telling me like life's too short. Like when it comes to that TIME, we think we have so much time, and in reality we really don't. So she's like, you don't want to be so focused on chasing a bag or doing whatever you're doing that you don't take the time to stop, look around and appreciate some of the little things and celebrate life. And it was something that I sat with for a little bit, and I definitely felt her on that. But I wanted to bring that because that's a common dispute, and it's a common like opposite ends of the spectrum in terms of the way that you're thinking. So I definitely wanted to offer it up to the gang, ask Jeff his perspective on it. How do you feel about that? Do you align with the sign that's like, I'm on the grind, I ain't popping bottles, I'm broke? Or are you like, let me slow down, let me throw a few ones at these hoes back when we could, and then I'll get back to it?
I miss it.
Forever in my 20s, I was always finding a way to celebrate, but I was always depressed on my birthday because I was like, this shit sucks. Like, never really had a way to celebrate it with people I enjoyed and shit like that. But then when I finally turned 30, I was like, nigga, I'm about to travel. I'm about to enjoy my life. Like, I remember one time when I did turn 30, I was at a resort and it was like adults only, but it was cool. Like I
remember this vacation.
I met a lot of cool people, and I was mad emotional about it because it's like, you think about it now, like you're a black man in America, you're 30 years old. I don't care if I grew up in the suburbs or I grew up in the hood. Like, you could go anytime, nigga. The odds are against you. So I think about that, and I think about people who didn't get to see 30. You think about that. People don't see
there's some people that don't make it this far.
They don't get that far.
That's a good number.
And it's still so young.
Every day people are dying, and we don't get to see it. So that moment you get the opportunity to actually enjoy the day you were born. And then one of the moments that made me really, emotional was when my mom texted me saying, your birthday is my birthday, because I'm her firstborn, and she was like, so I'm gonna live as long as I can so that she could always say that. You feel me? And that's just how I look at it. I look at it like, it's a celebration of my life, because however I look at it, I might not be rich, I might not have everything everybody else is claiming they got right now at my age, but at least I got my life. At least I got health. Right. At least I got happiness. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of great things accomplishments will come. I'm not in a rush for shit. Like, R.I.P. to Nip. Like,
R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. The
marathon continues. He didn't say that just to say, oh nigga, you better sprint here and here and here. That nigga said, nigga, we're gonna run, we're gonna jog, we're gonna walk, but this shit keeps fucking going, bro. Like. Right. It doesn't. The age don't matter, bro. Like, there's people who become successful at 50. There's some people who get successful at 20. But guess what? Those 20-year-olds are fucking depressed. They don't even enjoy life. The 50-year-old's enjoying life because he lived the fuck out of his life. So I look at it like that. Like, I'm not in a pressing moment. I'm not in no rush. Like, I enjoy every moment I get. Like, I'm even thinking about my birthday now because. Shit, this COVID shit really makes me want to go enjoy my birthday again.
I'll be 30 this year.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care where the fuck I am, nigga. I might end up in Hawaii. I don't know. But it's like, that's just how life is, man. Like, you gotta appreciate the life God gave you. And if that's the day you could choose to celebrate it, go do it. Like, and I'm not, how V likes to celebrate his birthday is how he celebrates it. But
With big booty bitches.
But I'm saying like.
But Jazz was on the end where she was like, nah, you gotta live this shit up now. So I definitely wanted her to speak to that and how she felt about that.
I guess for me, like, I thought that at 25 I'd be like rich in a fucking Range Rover with like a wife. Maybe a wife and a husband. You know what I mean? Like, just my shit would be set up differently. Right, in an entanglement. But it didn't really work out that way, obviously. But I felt like I kind of went through a lot of that heavy pressure 23, 24, 25, because I felt like 25 was my cutoff age. Up until maybe 27, I applied that pressure to myself. And like now, obviously touching 30, it's more like there's pressure, but it's more pressure to be at peace and to be like grounded. Like, nigga, your foundation got to be solid for everything that you build after this.
That foundation piece is huge. Things can't fall into place unless that foundation is
right.
Yeah, and like
solid.
not only just that, but I feel like what I started to do on my birthdays, because being a winter baby, snow fucks up everything. So it don't matter how many parties you plan. If it's a storm, it's a storm.
Facts.
So I got to a point with my birthdays where they became like personal days. So right, if I wasn't fucked up the few days before, some shit like that, I spent a lot of time reflecting, or like the day before, the day of, the day after, really being like, how did this year go? And then of course the end of December, so you're like naturally you're doing these resolutions. But for me it was like, what did you get this year? What are you about to apply next year? How have you come across in the last couple of years? Like, it was for me, like, your job does your evaluations. That's how I treated my birthday.
Of course.
Because like in the beginning I was sad. Like there was a birthday, I think I fucking finished a bottle of fucking Ciroc and some Chinese food by myself. And I was mad sad because I was like living with my mom, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like 24 though. When I think about that now, it's like, girl, I was doing exactly what I was supposed to be doing. So just sometimes thinking about that is that unnecessary pressure. Sometimes when you take a look at it from hindsight, it's kind of like, for what?
Unnecessary pressure applied by self.
By self,
at that.
right.
That's what's specific about it.
So at that point, at my birthdays, I just I started to wing it. I didn't really, unless I was going somewhere, I didn't really plan shit. I woke up and I did the things I wanted to do. I got high as shit. I had mimosas. I had a big ass breakfast. I get my nails and my toes done. I get a massage. And any nigga who calls me in between and wants to splurge, then I pick up the phone. But in the meantime, I just very much plan my day selfishly as fuck. Like,
as you should.
This is what I want my shit to
look. Well, I'm a winter baby too, so that's hence the reason why I do actually travel too, because I'm not trying to stay in this cold ass shit.
Being a summer baby is overrated. It's like, you know what I mean? It's hot out this motherfucker.
You're ungrateful.
It is what it is. Like, it's hot out this motherfucker. I would never want my birthday to be in the winter. That sounds like misery, but I'm gonna.
If I had a summer birthday, specifically August, July, I'm having it's an annual pool party.
Nigga, I'm shutting this shit down for a week, nigga.
But that comes with who you are as a person and how you like to celebrate.
Bitches and balloons, I like that.
It'd be an annual pool party called Bitches and Balloons.
It'd be lit too.
I'll definitely pull up.
And I was about to say, and I'd be in attendance. I'd probably be at the door like, you ain't in VIP, nigga. Nah, none of y'all.
Bitches and balloons.
Yo,
what up?
Do them bitches got balloons? All right, go ahead. Y'all have fun. Be safe. Y'all have fun and be safe. Simple as that. But yeah.
Sounds like the Weeknd's type of title for his album.
Bitches and Balloons.
Bitches and balloons.
That'd be fire.
But yeah, that's that. I think we definitely got through everything we wanted to talk about.
We ain't get through this last shot to your birthday.
Yeah, that's exactly how we're gonna close it off, and then we're gonna get into our motherfucking shout outs. Coming live to you from in a super undisclosed location. Y'all can't know where we at because we on the live. You stalking ass motherfuckers. But yeah, we're gonna take the shot.
Cheers to my nigga's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Health, more life. Let's get it.
Cheers to y'all. Weekend. Woo. Better than that Reggie Henny.
I want wings.
Ooh, order that.
Shout out to what we got. Shout out to listeners. Shout out to people that tuned in on the live.
Boom.
If you came and went, we appreciate you. If you came and stayed, we appreciate you.
If you came in here by accident, we appreciate you.
We appreciate you and backed out. If you said something, we didn't see your comments because we kind of far.
I'm gonna go through it. Niggas got the stigma. I can't.
Yeah, niggas got stigmatism. She's nearsighted and farsighted and she can't see, and low light and she can't see.
Anyway, my shout outs. I'm never prepared for this section, but shout out after the internet new boutique, super dope stuff. Tap into them. Boom. That's who I
I was
got.
wondering why she was silent.
Tomorrow we got the kickball tournament, the kickball vibe. Your boys refereeing that. You know what I mean?
This is gonna be hilarious.
We
Honestly.
outside. We outside.
No, literally, we outside.
Jeff, you got no shout outs?
Ooh. Shit. Shout out to the NBA.
The NBA's been lit.
But
The
NBA
been
got
lit.
it right.
Not
I'm
only
sorry,
that,
they got it right.
not only that, they are funding saliva testing for COVID. Shout out to NBA, the
and
best
they're
league in
getting
the
no
world.
money off of it.
Up for
Shout
no
out to
debate.
them.
Up for
Bomb.
no debate. They're funding the COVID testing with saliva testing. Best league in the world. No debate.
Facts.
I'm knowledgeable enough to argue, so I concur.
And like that,
We go.
Grab your boots and your coat for this.
yeah.